So I wanted to take a few minutes with this video to talk about 4 interesting PlayStation 5 stories, and if you could hit that like button on the video, thank you to those that do it, and as always, it's very much appreciated. So, the stories I wanted to talk about today include Sony having potentially another surprise. It's not over with the state of play we just had yesterday. Forspoken gets a new update that I'm not a fan of. My thoughts on the state of play being both good and bad. We're going to go over that. And a solid game update comes to a major PlayStation 5 title. First, what would you rate the state of play from yesterday from 1 to 10? I've seen people rate the event at a 10. I've seen people rate it lower. I'm going to talk about my personal thoughts later on in the video, but before that, let's hear what you guys have to say. So, comment below, from 1 to 10, what would you rate the state of play from yesterday? Let me know down in the comments below. Now, diving into the first story of the video, a Forspoken news update. Reading from Push Square, Forspoken is a title that has been getting a lot of press lately, some of it good, some of it not so much. The title is being developed by Luminous Productions of Final Fantasy 15 fame and is set to launch on 24th January on PlayStation 5. In an interview with Spanish language website Juego, 3D Juego, and as relayed by MP First, Forspoken co-director Takashi Terada has revealed that players can expect an average playthrough of Forspoken to take approximately 30 to 40 hours to complete. That's specifically to beat the main story, and Terada mentioned that Forspoken's endgame will feature plenty of secondary missions and extra exploration to keep players busy. Of course, we won't know for sure until we get our hands on the game to know for sure, as playtime is a tricky metric to nail down. Now, for me, I've said this before, I've said this on Twitter, I'm pretty sure I've said this here on YouTube. I'm not a fan of just long games for the sake of being long. 30 to 40 hours sounds like it's going to overstay its welcome for me. I've also seen previews that say that the open world for Forspoken feels a bit barren, which makes this 30 to 40 hours sound even longer to me. 15 to 20 hours is great for a main story, with side stuff extending that playtime to 50 plus hours, maybe even closer to 100 hours. That's great time frame that developers should shoot for, in my opinion. 15 to 20 hours for the main story, and then extend that stuff with side stuff that other people might want to spend their time on. Don't make the main game 30 to 40 hours. That's ridiculous to me. Now, diving into the second story of the video, PS5 game update. Reading from Push Square, Uncharted Legacy of Thieves Collection is already the best way to play Uncharted A Thief's End and Uncharted The Lost Legacy, and it just got a little bit better with VRR support being added in the title's latest update. The update, which is known by its catchy technical title 1.002.000, is live now on PlayStation 5, and provided you have a TV capable of supporting it, so those that are compatible with HDMI 2.1, it will allow players to use variable refresh rate options. VRR adapts the frame rate depending on what is happening on screen and allows your TV to match the output of the PlayStation 5 more precisely, resulting in a smoother gameplay experience. So I've played Uncharted 4 again via this collection, but now that there's VRR support, I'm tempted to go back and replay Lost Legacy. VRR has allowed games to be unlocked on PlayStation 5, making games that are 4K native at 40 FPS, for example, to go beyond that to hit 50 FPS or higher. Same with performance mode, which is usually 60 FPS. Now that hits up to 80 to even 120 FPS sometimes. So this is great news, but I personally want games to have this on launch day going forward instead of an update later on. But of course, I'll take it. I haven't replayed Lost Legacy yet, so this is good for me. But you guys let me know if you've played the Uncharted collection on PlayStation 5 or not. Let me know down in the comments below. Now, diving into the third story of the video, the state of play was good and bad for me personally. So, of course, we had the state of play yesterday. It was a bit of a mixed bag for me, again, for me personally. So, let's start off with the good stuff. The God of War Ragnarok trailer was phenomenal. Just gorgeous to watch that again on my 4K TV. I've watched it several times at this point. The visuals they're hitting on this game look top tier, and the story seems to be more emotionally impactful than before, so I'm ready for this day one. Other highlights includes open world Japanese RPG Rise of the Ronin, which is a PlayStation 5 console exclusive game published by Sony. It looks like a mix of Ghost of Tsushima and Sekiro, which sounds great to me in terms of gameplay, and it's doing things that I want Ghost of Tsushima 2 to hopefully do like gliding from high spots to traverse the map better. I want that more in games instead of using a horse, especially if you look at Horizon Forbidden West. I think, what were they called? The Sun Wing. You can fly the Sun Wings and get around the map better later on in the game. That was awesome to see. But of course, beyond those, we have Pacific Drive, which looks right up my alley. I don't know much about the game, but the horror vibe I'm getting from it is lining up really well. Project Eve, or now it's called Stellar Blade, also looked great as well. Other games like Tekken 8 and Like a Dragon Ishin are also highlights probably for others out there, not for me personally myself. Now, the bad side of this state of play for me was the PlayStation VR 2 side of it. I personally have no clue why they even included it in the show, so much that I forgot about it until later on in the night, last night, and I realized, oh, PSVR 2 games were at the show. And then I tweeted about it because the 2 games that were shown don't hype people for PlayStation VR 2. Not even myself, who I'm beyond excited for the headset. Considering we're even closer to launch, it was weird to see those 2 games there. And the state of play they had back in June for PlayStation VR 2 was day and night better than what we saw yesterday. A board game and a Quest port isn't really that exciting. Horizon Call of the Mountain, Resident Evil 8 VR, Resident Evil 4 Remake VR, etc. That's great content. We also know Firewall Ultra is coming as well, but they showed those 2 games at the state of play yesterday. It was weird. I personally hope that means another actual showcase is happening sometime soon this year to really show off PlayStation VR 2 and Sony first party as well, which leads to the last story of this video, which is it's not over yet. So it might not be over in terms of a possible showcase happening later this year. We just had a state of play, but is Sony really going to end the year without a bigger event? I would be shocked personally if that happens, since they didn't showcase first party studios at yesterday's state of play. It was a Japanese focused event. It seems like they will have another actual showcase based off of 2 points we've seen recently. Point number 1, Spider-Man 2. So you guys remember when I said that if Spider-Man 2 gameplay doesn't show up this year, do not expect it to release in 2023. It seems like we are getting gameplay, as I've covered this before. Insider Millie A on Twitter stated this recently: Spider-Man 2 for PS5 is exceeding expectations for Marvel higher-ups. Fluidity and visual punch is striking, according to an employee of Marvel. Another employee thought they were watching a cutscene. Gameplay to be shown soon. So we covered this last week, but I brought it back here because obviously we didn't get Spider-Man 2 gameplay at, again, the Japanese-focused state of play. So this is still yet to come. Point number 2, a new IP is set to be revealed in the next 2 to 3 weeks for the PlayStation 5. This comes from a new insider known as The Real Insider on Twitter. Reading from PlayStation Lifestyle, reliable insider The Snitch claims to have been told by a trusted source that Sony Interactive Entertainment will unveil a brand new PlayStation 5 IP within the next couple of weeks. And yes, it'll be a AAA game. The Snitch revealed the information in their Discord channel, following which another leaker with an excellent track record, The Real Insider, stepped forward to claim that they're behind the rumor. Most recently, The Real Insider accurately leaked all upcoming Assassin's Creed games and also accurately revealed when new Forspoken gameplay was set to be shown off. So The Real Insider went up against even Jason Schreier as well and got him to apologize, and he also leaked God of War to be at the state of play yesterday. So this guy is pretty good. So again, we have Millie A talking about Spider-Man 2 gameplay dropping soon, and The Real Insider talking about a new IP in the next few weeks. These two line up in terms of time frame. And of course, beyond those, PlayStation VR 2 needs to have more hype around it, and I think Sony will deliver on that with an actual showcase. But you guys let me know if you think the showcase will still happen in September, maybe late September, or is it now going to happen in October? Let me know down in the comments below. And if you guys did enjoy this video, please hit that like button, as it always helps. So subscribe if you're new. I got new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And now I'll check you guys out on the next one. And welcome back to the after show. This is the part of the video where we have a little fun down in the comments below. If you're old, welcome back. If you're new, welcome. For today's thing, what I want you guys to do is to body, obliterate, destroy, and overall harass the comment section with "The show is not over." Obviously in reference to what we were just talking about. If you're excited for a potential showcase, destroy the comment section with "The show is not over," and I'll definitely heart those comments like I always do, because I appreciate everybody who stays to the end of my videos. And now I'll check you guys out on the next one.